name the, you have to read the words. Don't be tricked on a test. It doesn't matter which order is given to you. It doesn't matter the picture. What matters is the question. So we're going to do a few of these. It says, for each diagram, name the ratio as a fraction in lowest terms. Okay, so here's the words. The number of the shaded to the number of the unshaded. How many are shaded?
5.
Okay, so it's 5 over, how many are unshaded?
7.
7. So you do it exactly according to what they're asking. Then it says, well, in fact, let's do this one. How many shaded to the unshaded?
It's 6. No, yeah, it's 5.
5 to
9. 5 over 9. 5 to 9.
Or is it 5 to 10?
Yes, not. It's 10.
It's going to be 3, 3, 3 plus 1 more is 10.
Oh my God.
And then, okay, so shaded to the unshaded, and it says simplify it, so it is 1 over 2. Okay, then, okay, it's shaded to unshaded. Okay, all right, stop talking. All right, on this one, then the letter B, then they want the shaded to the total. So this would be, again, shaded to the total now. So it's a totally different answer. 5 to, is it 12? Yes. 5 to 12. So this one, shaded to the total.
5 to 15.
5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 5 to 15. And can that be reduced?
Yes, to 1/3.
Okay. And now, even though this next one seems very odd, it doesn't matter. You do what they say. It says the number of total squares to the number of unshaded. So total to the unshaded. So what would the total be?
That would be
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 12. And how many are unshaded? 7. So you don't make it look like how you want, because logically in my brain I'd say, no, that has to be 7 over 12. But you have to write what they say.
13.
What?
The bottom one.
This one?
12.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing the number 1 still.
What are y'all doing?
Yeah, we're doing the 1 and 2. I'm just doing all 3 of those right here. So the total to the unshaded. And then on this one, the total to the unshaded would be what?
No.
On this one.
Probably like 10.
Total?
5.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 times 3 is 15.
3 over 1. 3 over 1.
To the unshaded,
Which would be 5. Oh.
we're doing this
Wait,
one.
I thought you just said it.
Okay, Fred.
No, it's
Total
over 10.
to the unshaded.
Over 10. Under 10.
Over 10. Thank you.
Over 10.
And then, can that be reduced?
3 over 2.
So divided by 5, 3 over 2.
No, I'm doing 1 and 2.
I'm
Sam.
saying afterwards, Christian.
Okay, we'll wait. Excuse me, we're not going to be calling back and forth. All right, so go skip down to this one here. It says, express each ratio as a fraction in lowest terms. The problem with this one is you can't compare. I can't put 18 over 2 because 18 what? 2 of what? You have to have you have to have the same unit. So this has to be in the same unit. In other words, how many
48.
hours in a day?
48.
Yeah, because I can't take this and make it a day. It'd be a fraction. So I'm going to take this and make it 48 hours. So then it's going to be what? 18 over 48. And then we can, it says put it in lowest terms. We can do that. Divided by
9 over 24.
divided by, does something bigger go into, does 4, no?
6.
6 goes into both of them. So divided by 6, divided by 6. So 3 over
7.
8.
Wait.
Okay. Then, okay. Girls and boys.
3.
Okay. Then, okay, shh. Then, we're not going to convert this into meters because it would be a decimal. So we're going to Okay, boys and girls, we need to stop at the comments. Fred, I need you to stop. All right, so on this one, does anybody know how many centimeters are in 1 meter?
9.
Centa, how many cents in a dollar?
100.
100.
Oh.
There are 100 centimeters in a meter. So, which is on this one, so 3 meters would be how many centimeters?
900.
300.
300, thank you.
Easy. 300.
300 centimeters?
Add those 2 zeros.
All right.
That's why.
There is, Charlie, I'm writing down some names because I'm going to contact some parents. Okay. All right, there's 100 centimeters in every meter, and if you've got 3 times 100 is 300 centimeters. And then put it as a fraction. Sam, move back 1 seat, please. Yes, sir.
How many feet are in a meter?
Okay, we don't need to know just yet. So on this one, it is going to be 25 over 300. Does anybody know what we can reduce both of those by?
6.
By 25.
That's the bottom.
So on this one, it's going to be 25 divided by 25 is 1. And on this, there's 4 quarters in 100. And you've got 3 times 4 would be 12.
12. Like that.
Right.
I did not say that.
Okay, let's stop the comments.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Right, then, who knows if I'm going to put the days into weeks or the weeks into days? Weeks into days. How many days are in 2 weeks?
17.
So it's going to be 14 altogether. So it's 4 over 14 and reduce it by 2. So it's going to be 2 over 7. Okay. And then this one, we might, yeah, in fact, I'm sure of it. I'm sure that we're going to need another sheet of paper. Okay, I shouldn't hear all the comments and your little sound effects. Yes, sir. Okay, you'll have to wait. Okay. Okay, you're going to have to wait. All right, so in this one here, so unit rate is the amount per 1. So on this one, I want that bottom number. Now this one I'm not getting in the same units. This is an actual, this is like how many kilometers in 1 hour, how many miles for 1 gallon. I want to get a unit means per 1.
We never learned the metric system.
Okay, but I'm going to go over this. It doesn't matter. And I'll show you why in just a second. So let me get out some paper. Matthew, I'm going to move you. Go ahead and sit at the back of this first row.
No.
Wait, this one?
That's great.
Back of this row. Fred. Again, I am sending some emails out today. I need you to stop. All right, so if they want this per 1, go ahead and write this because this has something to do with what you're going to be doing today. Put 60 over 24, and it's kilometers per liter. So this is, you're just going to express each rate in the unit form, which means per 1. Well, how can I get from 24 to 1? It's either going to be multiplying or dividing. So I'm going to be dividing by 24 and dividing this by 24. So this takes a little bit of work. So over to the side, put 60 divided by, in fact, actually I could reduce it first. So 60 divided by 24. Does 6 go into both of those?
Yes.
Actually 12 does.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be 5 over 2. So this here, what is that? That comes out to be a mixed number. It's 2.5. So it's 2.5 kilometers per every liter. Yes, sir. Okay. Did you get an extra, Christian? Could you give him a line sheet of paper?
Oh.
Okay. Then let's go ahead and go over to the number. In fact, we're going to go on this bottom row. So this one here is 2.5 to 1 liter. Okay. Then let's go to the 15. It's 75 feet. Could mean anything. He drops 75 feet in 30 seconds. So let's see on the unit rate is I want to know how many feet they drop in 1 second. So I'm going to put it like this. And again, I'm going from a big number to a small. So I have to be dividing by 30. So I'm going to divide the top by 30. Again, I'm going to start, actually, I'm just going to divide it through this time. So 75 divided by 30.
Shouldn't we simplify this?
You can do it either way. So I'm just going to do it an alternate way that if you just want to start dividing, that goes 2, that's 60, that's 15. Then it's 15 over 30. So what is that going to reduce to? 2.5. So it's 2.5 feet per every second. I'm going from 30 to 1. So to get it to be a 1, I have to divide it by 30. I'm dividing 30 divided by 30 to get 1. 75 divided by 30 will give me my answer. So my answer is going to be 2.5 feet per 1 second. Okay. All right, then let's go ahead and go over to the 16. I'm not going to do those. Yes, sir. You can do it. That I said there's just other ways to do it. You could have reduced it by 15, which that goes 5 over 2, and you get, again, 2.5. So I'm saying you can start by dividing this way, or you can start reducing it. Yes, sir. Okay, you're going to have to wait. Okay, you're going to have to wait. It's not an emergency. So let's go ahead and start the next two on number 16. It's 125 over 2. This is 125 pounds per every 2 cubic feet. I want to know for 1 cubic feet. So again, I'm going to set up another fraction, and I'm going to put a 1 right here. So how can I get from 2 to 1? Divided by 2. Divided by 2. And this one I think we could probably do in our head. Who knows what half of 124 is? What's half of 124?
62.
62. So it's going to be 62.5. Okay. 62. Again, I think of an even number close to 125, which is that, divided by 2, which is 62, and the rest is just half. So it's 62.5 pounds per 1 cubic foot. And then here's one that I want to do for sure, because that has a decimal in it. I guess we have to do it the same. Well, no, I don't. I can do it different. Okay. All right. Do you want to divide by a decimal?
No.
I don't. So 26 miles divided by 2.5. I think we did the other day. How could we get rid of a decimal?
Just move it.
Move it. But if I move it on the bottom, I have to move it on the top. So if I move it on the bottom, it's going to be 25. What's the top number?
260.
260. And then I could either reduce or I could just divide. I think I'm just going to divide because I want that to be a 1. So I'm dividing it by 25. Both of these by 25. I think you're right. So I'm just going to divide normal because it's going to just take too much time reducing. So it goes 1. That is going to be 25. I think you were close. And that's going to go in. Oh, it doesn't go in at all. That does not go in at all. So 0 times that is 0. My remainder is 10. So it's 10. It went 10 full times. You put your remainder divided by what you were dividing by.
Oh, it's 2 and 5.
Yeah, and then you can reduce it. So it is 10 divided by 5 is 2, divided by 5 is 5, 2/5. So that is going to be, they did 26 miles in 2.5 hours. They can go 2 2/5 miles in 1 hour. And then the last one we're going to do, okay, this is the last one we're going to do, and then I'll tell you what you're going to do, is, so this one again, we want it, this is how many kilometers per 1 liter. I want to know how many kilometers, I'm sorry, 246 kilometers for 30 liters. I want how many kilometers for 1. So what number am I going to put right here? I want the unit rate. Yeah, and by the way, unit, think of that. It is per 1. So I'm going to put a 1, and we're going to divide by what?
30.
Divide by 30, divide by 30. And so I'm just going to divide like normal. It's not going to be bad.
I have a question.
I think it's going to be 8 and something. I keep putting a 240. So it doesn't go, it doesn't go. It goes 8. 8 times that is 240 with 6 left over. Bring it up to the top. And if you could, you would have, yeah, divided by 6. Divided by 6 is 8 and 1/5. So it's 8 and 1/5 kilometers per every 1 liter. Then, well, I had something to pass out. While I'm looking for what I have to pass out, if you could start working on, you're going to do this number 15, 12, 13. Oh, we did 15, so you don't have to do that. So 12, 13, 14, and 8, 9, 10. So do those. I still have something to pass out. I've just got to look for it. I just ran it off. Start on those. Oh, what did I do with it? Use this right here.
There's something going on. Like 6.
Just ignore that. Just ignore that.
Not big. Yeah. Not